What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the PS5 career mode. This is episode number 7. And we start today's episode off with the January transfer window opening as we finally end 2020, thank goodness, with 5 games coming this month, including our first taste of Premier League opposition as we face Leicester away at the King Power in the FA Cup third round. And also, as this Saturday morning, if you guys want a double upload day of the PS5 career mode, you know what? A quadruple upload weekend as well. It's been a while. Get this video to 1,000 likes and I'll do 4 episodes of the PS5 career mode this weekend, 2 today and 2 tomorrow. So yeah, 1,000 likes on this video and let's have a quadruple upload weekend of my main career mode for the year. It's been too long. So yes, for the first bit of involvement in today's episode, as you can see, the 1000 IQ big brain play has been pulled off. Yes, in last episode you would have seen it. Jack Byrne, his contract was up at the end of the 2020 year, not the end of the 2020-2021 season. So he approached him on a free transfer. He comes in on a pre-contract and Byrne is in for the rest of the season in January. Thank you to you guys, my scouts, for recommending him to me. And yes, Byrne is in because again, the League of Ireland contracts end at the end of a calendar year, not at the end of a season. So what a fantastic sign that was on a free transfer. Byrne is in and I'm delighted to make him our first signing of the transfer window as well. And as you can see, it's just over £1 million in the transfer budget heading into January as well. You sort of scouting update and an academy update there as well. I don't know whether we're going to make major changes in this January transfer window. We bought in Byrne. I'm happy with that. He was our number 1 target. We got him on the first day. That's brilliant. As you run through the squad here as well, you know, this is a decent team. It's a 2.5-star team, I know, but it's becoming a 3-star team very quickly. There's some really good young talent here. Cher's doing really well. Bright Osei Samuel is doing really well. Willock's growing by 4 ratings this season, up to 72 overall. We like to look at the 2 young fullbacks we signed this season. Obviously, Bull, the youngster at the academy, has fantastic potential. Lyndon Dykes has done okay. And as we know, Charlie Cowan has a great goal-to-game ratio at just 19 years old as well. So, to be honest, with us sat in 6th place right now, just inside the playoffs, I understand our form has been very inconsistent since around the start of November, but right now we're sat in the playoffs, you know, and at the start of the season the board, well, in the game the board say mid-table, but of course we know the board truly want the top 10. At the moment we're delivering that and then some. If we can finish in a playoff spot come the end of the season, the board will be absolutely delighted with how our first year went here at the Kyan Prince Foundation Stadium. So maybe one sale, maybe one signing, but for the most part I'm not going to make major changes and completely blow up this team, because why would we? At the moment we're doing really well and surpassing expectations. So for the first game of today's episode here, first of 4, travelling to the King Power Stadium to take on the Foxes. First test of Premier League opposition, and we knew it would be a big test indeed. Early into the game, the woodwork being rattled, and then Kelechi Iheanacho, the former Man City striker, giving the host the lead as they went a goal up. I really could not break them down in this game. We looked decent when Bull came off the bench. He got our only chance of the game, finding Luke Amos, who went for goal from just inside the area, but sadly could not hit the target, and that was how the game would finish as well. 1-0 the final score, Leicester get the win. We didn't exactly get dominated in the game. I just could not create anything in this one against Brendan Rodgers' side, and that has been, to be fair, our biggest problem this season. If we are going to change something, possibly we could do with a new striker here. We have been struggling for goals all throughout the course of the campaign. Our defence is great. I think our defence is fantastic. We've got the best defensive record in the Championship right now, but on the other end, we've got the worst goal scoring record in the top 10. So yeah, that is the one thing possibly we could do with a little bit of a change for. But regardless, after the game, as you could see, some of you guys have been asking me to put Charles Bull on a development plan as well, and I've given him the wide playmaker development plan because that is going to see his skill moves go up from 3 to 4. As we know, he seems to have quite a bit of flair. He's got some great pace with a high attacking work rate as well, so him having 4-star skills would be awesome as well. And I noticed this too, Jeff Cameron, who as we know has his contract coming the end of the year, we've already told him he's not going to get a new deal and he'll be gone come the end of the season. Well, this was very interesting indeed. Midway through the January transfer window, as I reject this bid for KK because I like him as our backup right back, Norwich put in a pre-contract offer, and Jeff has decided to sign that thing ahead of his departure come the end of the season. So Jeff is going to Carrow Road come the end of the season, and that is fascinating because there's a very good chance, obviously there's a long way to go between now and the end of the season, there's a very good chance we could both meet in the playoffs at some point. And would our captain, our leader, Jeff Cameron, be focused for us, playing against the team he's going to join next season? Well, who knows? But Cameron is off to Carrow Road for next season, and to be honest, I got to say, 69 overall, he's decreased a rating as we accept this bid here for Seny Zheng, now a third choice goalkeeper that Joe Lumley's come back from his loan spell from Inter Miami of 1.5 mil. We also agreed the same deal with this club as well, so it looks like Zheng is going to be departing us in this January window. Jeff Cameron, I think now with Luke Amos and Dominic Bull as our two backup holding mids, I think he's going to drop to the bench, possibly even the reserves. He'll lose his captain's armband this year as well. He's leaving come the end of the season to Norwich, and that is a very interesting deal indeed. But yeah, Seny Zheng did agree to £1.5 million deals with Inter Miami and also Charleroi as well. As we know, we've got 3 goalkeepers now. Joe Lumley came back from his loan spell midway through the campaign, and Zheng is the oldest of the 3 goalkeepers. He's the lowest rated as well. And also Joe Lumley came through the QPR Academy as well, so I'm fine cashing in on one of them. We don't need 3 goalkeepers here, and Zheng looks like he's going to go to America for £1.5 million. So yes, Cameron is going to leave the first 11 as a regular starter in this team and drop to the bench or possibly the reserves. And I've given the captain's armband to now for now to Bright or Say Samuel. I said at the start of the season we'll be looking for a future captain in this team. I've given it to Bright. He's been one of our best players this season, and we'll see if he can lead us to a playoff place come the end of the season as well. But still, for the second game of today's episode here, returning back to the Kyan Prince Foundation Stadium to welcome Stoke City, just outside the playoffs right now, breathing down our necks, and Ilyas Sher gives us the opening goal of the game, makes it 1-0. Inside the first 10 minutes. Also, you'll notice as well there's no game audio from here on out. That's because I do apologise for this, but I muted my mic, or I thought I muted my mic on my PS5 controller, and in the end it muted all game audio. So I do really apologise for that, but for now, until the end of the episode, you won't hear any game audio, so sorry about that. You're just going to have to put on my terrible accent for the rest of the episode alone. But Stoke did find a leveller through Sam Vokes very soon after we got ourselves in front, but despite losing our lead, we were looking a far better team. Ilyas Sher was at the heart of everything in the first half. He and Lyndon Dykes have a really good partnership and a great bit of link-up play there. Fired just wide there from our number 9 as we were still tied at 1-1. And just for the hour mark here, once again, Ilyas Sher, he has been, honestly a bold statement here, but probably our player of the season this year. I'd say to start the campaign off, it was probably Bright, but I'd say now, since his injury, Ilyas Sher has been consistently fantastic. He scored our first goal and set up our second. Lovely bit of dribbling and a great through ball to Lyndon as well, as our Australian-born Scotsman drills it in and gives us the game winner with half an hour to go. So back to winning ways, courtesy of Lyndon Dykes, but shared a man the match, and yeah, he has been, again, probably our player of the season so far. Really, really awesome performance there, and he is such a skillful player as well. He has got such a similarity to Adel Taarabt as well, being Moroccan, being primarily a central base player, and having that skill, that flair. He is absolutely superb, man. I've got big plans for him in the future as well. But regardless, Seny has indeed agreed terms with Inter Miami, so he is off to America for 1.5 mil. Has also rejected this bid here for Nico for 2.3 mil, our backup Finnish left back, who I really like as an understudy for Omar Richards. And as Zheng's departure is now official as well, the 1.5 million deal goes through, and as you can see, that bumps our transfer budget up now to around 2 to 2.1 million. So a little bit more cash to play with in this January transfer window, but again, I'm not sure whether we're going to reinvest it on a new player or possibly a new youth scout as well. Now, right now, we've got just under what we could afford for a 5-star experience and 4-star judgment scout. That would be much better than our current scout is 3-star, 3-star. And I could possibly sell maybe 1 or 2 fringe players to bring in a better quality scout. But I'm not sure I want to spunk away all of the remainder of the cash on a youth scout between now and the end of the season. And I also don't know if I want to buy another cheap scout as well, as again, you get very, very poor results ordinarily with those sort of average or below average youth scouts as well. So yeah, things to consider between now and the end of the transfer window, but for the most part, 2 million in our budget, and that puts us in a decent position as well. We've got choices to make here. We can get a youth scout, we can get a new signing, or we can leave it until the end of the season, let it carry over for season 2. But still, for our third of 4 games today, taking on the Hornets, Watford away at Vicarage Road right now, leading the league and aiming for an instant return to Premier League football. They have Troy Deeney, the captain, and also the top scorer in the second tier of English football right now, so I was kind of fearing the worst heading into the game, but instead we've got ourselves a very credible goalless draw and a clean sheet as well. In fact, back-to-back goalless draws in our games against Watford this season. And Liam Kelly, man of the match as well, in our first game without Senny Zheng. So I think I made the right choice there in selling Zheng and keeping Kelly and Lumley here. And also as well, as you can see here, Kelman is now returning from injury after the game. Really good to see that he's been out for 4 weeks, and Dykes did get a bruised shoulder. He'll be okay for the following game. So yeah, good to see Kelman is returning to training as well, because we've missed him in these recent weeks, especially in front of goal, of course, because he's a striker. What a silly thing to say. But yeah, following that, as you can see, there was a bid here for Charles Ball, and I just laughed at this one, man. Seriously, Dusseldorf, they've been keeping an eye on him over the past few weeks. Thought the January window's open, I'm going to offer QPR a ton of cash. Will they accept the bid and let us take the young wonder kid? And I was like, no, get out of my office. Alfie the same. We do not want the money. We want to keep Charles Ball here because we know just how impressive the young man is. I'm not cashing in on the best youth prospect we might possibly get throughout the entire series here with Queen's Park Rangers coming out of the academy. He's going absolutely nowhere. Charles is staying with us. And so for our fourth and final game of today's episode, it was a London derby as we would take on Millwall away at the Den here, as we would hopefully get ourselves back to winning ways after a very inconsistent run of form. Taking on Lions, first chance falling 14 minutes in. Bright or say Samuel drilling that shot wide as it was still goalless from the goal kick as well. Ooh, a little bit of concern. Ilias Sher goes down after a very awkward landing. We know he's been probably our player of the season. Is that going to be a big injury for the Moroccan? Well, he's taken down. It's still 0-0, and just before the breaks, we were looking at a far better team in the first half. Carroll slides Richards down the left. Good ball into the middle, and Charles, what a golden chance for him to give us the lead, score his second goal in professional football, but he heads that crossover as it's still 0-0. 5 minutes to go, and there's one final chance for us to win it. Charles picks the ball up just inside the Millwall half, offloads to Kelman, quick ball into Amos. Great run by the 17-year-old. And the finish as well, as he pops it into the bottom corner and wins it with 3 minutes of normal time to go to send the fans in the away end of the other end of the pitch into absolute jubilation. Talk about the composure from this 17-year-old. London derby, his first of his career, running one-on-one with the goalkeeper in front of the cold blow lane end at the Den. And he just pops it into the bottom corner with the most composed and controlled finish he could have. Great awareness by Luke as well there to play the first time ball into the teenage talent. I love the fact he continues to run as well. Once he offloaded the ball to Kelman and Kelman thread it through to Luke, he just continued to run forward. I love that sort of direct play that some youngsters have, you know, and they're just constantly charging forward, looking to get into threatening areas. Charles certainly did there, and he also took the chance when the ball was played through. What a moment for the 17-year-old. His second goal in professional football, and that's why Dusseldorf had absolutely no chance of bringing him to Germany. Charles wins it with 2 minutes to go. An incredible moment as we win the London derby by a single goal to nil. And I'll tell you, and I'll be totally honest here, when I thread him the ball through with Luke Amos, I was panicking like crazy, man. I was like, please let me find the back of the net. And that goal there does give us the win. That puts us back in the playoffs as well by 2 points clear of Forest and Bristol City, 4 clear of Middlesbrough in 8th place as well. 16 games to go. It seems like we're always teetering on the edge of exit in the playoffs, but for now, we're just about in there as we look to close out January. But that will end today's episode of the PS5 Career Mode, guys. So big thank you for watching. If you have enjoyed it, and if you did, please drop a like. Don't forget 1,000 likes for a quadruple upload weekend, and I'll see you for the next episode of the PS5 Career Mode featuring transfer deadline day, hopefully later on tonight. Bye now.